Hello, I'm going to carry on looking at questions from the holiday work that I set you. This one was actually done really well by most people, but they missed an important point, which is where it says give the exact solution. An exact solution is not a rounded decimal, it's going to be written in terms of all of the logs and so on. So you can't then work it out as a decimal. That's where most people went wrong. I'm going to go ahead and look at it anyway. So we have, to begin with, an important part on the question here is it says 2 to the 2x plus 4. We need to be able to decode that. First of all, I expect most of you would recognise that 2 to the 2x, where we have 2 to the x throughout the rest of the equation, is a signifier that we're probably looking at a hidden quadratic. But we need to rearrange that 2 to the 2x plus 4 in a different way so that we can work with it so that it's in the same format as the rest of it, so that it's 2 to the x throughout. So 2 to the 2x plus 4 is the same as 2 to the 2x times 2 to the 4, because we know, just finish writing this out, because we know that if we had 2 to the 7 times by 2 to the 3, that would equal 2 to the 10. We're just reversing that process. Instead of doing 7 add 3, we're splitting them up and writing it as two separate bits. Okay, so this gives me 2 to the 2x, which is the same as 2 to the x all squared, times by 16 minus 9 times 2 to the x, and that has to equal 0. Expanding further, or rather just rearranging it into a nicer form, I get 16 2 to the x all squared minus 9 2 to the x equals 0. Now some people like to do a substitution here and write y equals 2 to the power of x. That's fine, I'm going to go ahead and do that just to demonstrate how that works. So y equals 2 to the power of x. So now I can write this is 16 times y squared minus 9y equals 0. Factorize gets me y times 16y minus 9 equals 0. Therefore, and I'm going to need to move the page around a little bit, so just bear with me. So that gives me either y equals 0 or 16y minus 9 equals 0. If y equals 0, then 2 to the x equals 0, and as you know that has no solutions. Or we get 16y equals 9, so y equals 9 over 16, so 2 to the x equals 9 over 16. If 2 to the x is 9 over 16, we can take the log of both sides. So that gets me log of 2 to the x equals log of 9 over 16. Let's do this base 2, and I get x equals log base 2 of 9 over 16. Job's a good one. But there are other ways of presenting that answer. Let's take our solution from here, where we've got the 2x, 2 to the x equals 9 over 16, and look at a different way of presenting that answer. If, instead of using log base 2, we use log base 10, we start with 2 to the x equals 9 over 16. If we go log of 2 to the x equals log of 9 over 16, we have some more steps to take. Firstly, using the power law, we can rewrite this as x log 2, and on the other side we can see that by using the division subtraction thing, we can see that we get log 9 minus log 16. Divide both sides by log 2, we get x equals log of 9 minus log of 16, all divided by log 2, which I can rewrite x equals log 9 over log 2 minus log 16 over log 2. Now, this step, where we go and take this and simplify, is one that I'm not sure that you'll be very familiar with. But if I do log 16 divided by log 2, the answer's 4. How many powers of 2 are in 16? It's 4. So this becomes log base 9 over log base 10 of 9 over log base 10 of 2 minus 4. This is an alternative, also correct answer. There's multiple ways of presenting this answer. I've shown you 2, there are others, but I wouldn't really expect you to use any of the others yet.